Holiday World's season opening weekend, May 15th through 16th, 2021. This year we did get season passes, and just to show you the best way to get season passes, we purchased our passes in November of 2020. That is when you get the best discounts if you purchase them at the end of the prior year's season. The regular season pass, when we purchased it then, was $130. It is now $175 for that same pass. The premium pass, or the platinum pass, was $160 in November of 2020, and that same pass is now $205. So the best, deepest discounts are by planning ahead and purchasing at the end of a season. So that is good to know. If you're interested in purchasing passes for next year, the best time to get those would be at the end of this season. As we enter the park, you enter into Christmas, and Christmas includes several attractions, but those attractions are all themed for small children, such as Dancer's Fish and Dasher's Seahorses, followed by Comet's Rockets, then a mini version of the Liberty Launch, Reindeer Games, Rudolph's Roundup, and Prancer's Merry-Go-Round. Those 6 attractions are all for guests under 54 inches tall. Some of the attractions have a height minimum of 36 inches. Leaving Christmas, we enter Halloween. That area of the park has 2 wooden roller coasters and other attractions. Several of the attractions in Halloween have been in the park for several years. Many of these attractions were in the park back when I went to the park as a child, and when I was a child going to the park, it was called not Holiday World, but it was called Santa Claus Land. And the attractions in this area are some of the older attractions, but I think that they are still some of the best attractions in the park. As we come down the hill here, the first attraction that we get to in Halloween is the Raven. The Raven is the first of the 3 wooden roller coasters in the park, voted #1 roller coaster several years in a row from, I believe, 2000 to 2003. Then here we see on the right is the Scarecrow Scrambler, and guests that are 36 inches to 48 inches tall can ride that attraction. That's one of my favorites. I always enjoy riding the Scrambler and try to get on it almost every trip. It's good to point out here that there are several bathrooms at Holiday World. We just saw a couple. And then several places to get drinks. Included with the price of admission, whether you have a season pass or a day pass, is all the soda beverages you want to drink. Going down the hill here, Frightful Falls is a log ride or a flume ride, and guests 36 inches to 48 inches tall can enjoy that attraction. I do remember riding that many years ago. I've ridden that ride for decades now. Coming back up the hill from Frightful Falls, we see the Legend is on our right side. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and that is the second of the 3 wooden roller coasters here at Holiday World. Several games that you can play in this area. Those are, of course, in addition to the price of admission, so those do cost additional money if you choose to play the games. Here is the entrance to the Legend, and then we also have the Hallow Swings. So those are all of the attractions. There's 5 attractions in Halloween area of Holiday World. And as we're leaving Halloween, we'll be entering 4th of July. There are several attractions in 4th of July. Before we get too far into 4th of July, though, we're actually going to take this little shortcut on the right side of that entrance area, That's going to take us down to Thanksgiving. And as we are approaching that entrance to Thanksgiving, we will see here straight ahead is an attraction that is part of 4th of July, and that is the Raging Rapids. A really good water ride if you want to get wet, if you're into that sort of thing, that's the ride to ride. So we come around here, Splashing Safari. The water park is not open yet this weekend. It does open next weekend, and it's on the left side there. But as we're coming up to the entrance to Thanksgiving, you'll see the third of the wooden roller coasters at Holiday World, the Voyage. The Voyage is the newest of the wooden roller coasters. It is the longest of the wooden roller coasters, both in terms of the length of the track as well as the time that it takes to ride the Voyage. There you see them swooping around. They're actually coming back in now. That's the end of the attraction. And as we go further into Thanksgiving, other attractions available, you'll see on the left side is the Gobbler Getaway. On the right side is the Turkey Twirl. Those are both good attractions. The Turkey Twirl accommodates guests 36 inches to 48 inches. And when I say 48 inches, it's actually, those are not height maximums. That is the height required to ride the attraction by yourself. So if you want to, you have a child 36 to 48 inches, they need to ride with an adult or an older person. But if they're at least 48 inches, they can ride by themselves. Gobbler Getaway just has a height, again, 42 inches to ride by yourself to get on Gobbler Getaway, but there's no height minimum. No minimum. I've seen infants on that ride. This is the Mayflower, another attraction in Thanksgiving. It's fun. Look at them rocking back and forth, and they're getting pretty high, and you can feel every bit of that gravity, every bit of that pull, and it's a good time. I enjoy that. I wish it was longer. That's one of those rides that I wish was longer. Leaving the Mayflower, there is the Voyage again. That's the big climb for the big drop. But there's a lot of banking, a lot of dips and banks back there through the trees that you can't see. But as we walk, we're still in Thanksgiving area, and there's a bit of a jog here. It is a little bit out of the way of the rest of the park to get to the final two attractions in the Thanksgiving area. One is the Crow's Nest, which is a much smaller version, much milder version of the Hollow Swings type swing ride. But the other is a big, what we would say, e-ticket attraction, and that's the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird is the only steel coaster at Holiday World. It's a fairly recent addition to the park. It's a really good ride. It does have height restrictions, and the seats are smaller. They don't accommodate everyone, so that is something. They do have a sample seat that you can sit in to try to make sure that it will accommodate you, but it is a good ride. You see the track there. Also, there's the Voyage track you can kind of see there. There went the Voyage. And the two tracks are wound around in there. It's kind of neat to see how they've got the track laid with both coasters, both the wooden coaster and the steel coaster. Now we are leaving. I've left Thanksgiving. We're heading back into 4th of July. And as we come up here around this corner, there's the Raging Rapids entrance. There's a shortcut to get to Holodog's Fun Town. And then here, whether you go left or right, you still get to 4th of July attractions. We're going to take the left, and as we go to the left here, There is the Revolution, which is, again, one of the older attractions in the park that I remember riding as a child. Both the Revolution on the right and the birds on the left, which I always call them the birds, but the official name of the ride is Eagle's Flight. Both of those I remember riding as a child coming to Holiday World. Straight ahead, you see the, I think, oldest attraction in the park, which is the train. And the train encircles Holodog's Fun Town. And once we climb these steps, we'll be able to see a little bit more of the train track and some of the nursery rhyme characters that are along the train ride. It's just such a cute attraction. We actually rode that today. And coming across the bridge here, we see the big statue of Holodog in the center of Holodog's Fun Town. The rides, including the Dog on Trail, the teacups, and the Howler, I think is the name of the kiddie coaster. Bye, Holodog. We will see you later. That is a fun area, and it's a good safe area to take your kids and kind of let them get out and run around because it is enclosed. It's a little easier to keep your eye on them. You can sit, you can enjoy those free soft drinks. They have shaded tables, even though they're outside, they're shaded. And as you saw, they have a little hot dog station too. I think hot dogs, corn dogs, that sort of thing is what they're selling there. We haven't eaten there in a long time. Maybe we'll do that this summer. And we're now leaving Holodog's Fun Town, going down the ramp. And if we went to the right, that's the way we actually came up. We're going to go to the left this time and go through some more of 4th of July that we've not been in before. And we were going to see the Liberty Launch here on our right. On the left is the Firecracker. And then on the right is the Rough Riders bumper cars, one of my favorites. Straight ahead there is the Star Spangled Carousel. If we went down to the right there with the Alamo, there's also the Tippy Canoes. It's a little kids ride for children under 54 inches. Then straight ahead is the Lewis and Clark Trail, which is the antique cars, which is always fun. It's a great traditional ride, good for the whole family. Now we're back in Christmas, so we've made the full circuit of the park at this point. And if you are hungry or you need a meeting place, if you've got a big group of people, Santa's Merry Marketplace is a great place to say this is where we're all going to meet, or if we get lost, this is where we're all going to reconnect at. It does have a food court. It has the Candy Cane Confectionery, the Polar Espresso, the Sugar Plum Scoop Shop, which is ice cream shop. So that is definitely a place to check out, not only to get something to eat, but to meet up with the rest of your group. I hope you've enjoyed this video. We want to do several videos during this Holiday World season for you. If you're interested in seeing more, finding out more about the park, definitely check us out. Like this video and subscribe.